Thailand, it's about 16 million people with chronic kidney disease. We need a global strategy to address this healthcare issue. This is providing dialysis for patients. And as I said, we're a pioneer for home-based peritoneal dialysis with a medical device often performed while the patient sleeps. So this really enables the patient to live their full life during the day. They're able to do their therapy at night and then contribute to society, do their hobbies, spend time with their grandchildren. We have a platform and it's a two-way connectivity platform. So it takes all of the data from that therapy at night and sends it to the hospital. Importantly, it's two-way.
What is the main challenge or opportunity in this area, and what is the global strategy to navigate this very complex disease?
The secret sauce.
สวัสดีครับผมเคนนักครินทร์และนี่คือ The Secret Sauce.
What's your secret?
สนับสนุนโดย Vantive อุตสาหกรรมด้านการแพทย์หรือว่าด้านสุขภาพถือได้ว่าเป็นอุตสาหกรรมที่เติบโตมากที่สุดนะครับแล้วก็มีเทรนด์ที่ยังเติบโตอย่างต่อเนื่องไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของ aging population หรือว่าสังคมผู้สูงวัยเป็นเรื่องของเทคโนโลยีทางการแพทย์ที่พัฒนามากยิ่งขึ้นรวมไปถึงเรื่องของ awareness หรือว่าความรับรู้ต่อผู้คนที่มีต่อการรักษาสุขภาพทั้งแบบที่เป็นเรื่องของโรคภัยไข้เจ็บกับแบบที่ wellness นะครับก็คือรักษาป้องกันตัวเองก่อนที่จะป่วยนั่นเองวันนี้อยากจะคุยกับหนึ่งธุรกิจหนึ่งซึ่งหลายคนตอนแรกได้ยินชื่อเนี่ยก็อาจจะรู้สึกว่ามันดูไกลตัวแต่จริงๆใกล้ตัวมากครับเขาอยู่ใน area ที่ชื่อว่า CKD หรือว่า Chronic Kidney Disease ก็คือเรื่องของโรคไตเรื้อรังจริงๆโรคไตอยู่ใกล้ตัวคนไทยมากนะครับมีคนไทยกว่า10ล้านคนเลยนะครับที่เข้าข่ายเป็นโรคไตเพราะฉะนั้นเรื่องนี้เป็นเรื่องใหญ่มากเลยนะครับบุคคลที่ผมจะได้พูดคุยด้วยเนี่ยเป็นบริษัทชื่อ Vantive เนี่ยก่อนหน้านี้เป็นเหมือนกับคล้ายๆ department หรือว่าเป็น area หนึ่งที่อยู่ในบริษัทใหญ่ชื่อว่า Baxter หลายท่านอาจจะคุ้นเคยบ้างนะครับ Baxter ถือว่าเป็นบริษัทที่อยู่ที่ชิคาโกประเทศสหรัฐอเมริกาแล้วก็โอเปเรตอยู่ในเมืองไทยมานานและสักพักหนึ่งนะครับถือว่าใหญ่มากเลยทีเดียวแล้วก็เชี่ยวชาญเรื่องของโรคไตนี่แหละครับแล้วก็มีโรคอื่นๆด้วย Vantive เนี่ยเป็นบริษัทที่เพิ่งแยกตัวออกมาหรือ spin off ออกมาจาก Baxter ก็คือขายกิจการ 100% เลยนะครับให้กับ private equity ชื่อดังนั่นหมายความว่ามันมีเทรนด์นะมันมีโอกาสการเติบโตของอุตสาหกรรมการแพทย์แล้วก็อยู่ในธุรกิจนี้วันนี้ผมคิดว่ามันเป็นโอกาสอันดีที่จะได้ล้วงลึกอินไซต์นะครับได้เข้าใจแลนด์สเคปไม่ได้จำเป็นที่จะต้องทำงานด้านการแพทย์อย่างเดียวแต่ว่าถ้าคุณสนใจในเรื่องของธุรกิจในเรื่องของ healthcare trend wellness ต่างๆน่าจะเป็นประโยชน์โดยเฉพาะเรื่องของโรคไตที่ในบทสนทนาเดี๋ยวผมจะพยายามอธิบายเป็นภาษาไทยนะครับให้เข้าใจง่ายๆเพราะมันมีทั้งการรักษาแบบดั้งเดิมนะครับที่ก็ถือว่าทันสมัยนะครับคือการรักษากับคุณหมอที่โรงพยาบาลนะครับอันนี้เขาเรียกว่า Home Dialysis นะครับกับอีกอันนึงที่ตอนนี้ทาง Vantive ในบริษัทนี้เนี่ยเป็นเหมือนกับผู้ที่บุกเบิกแล้วก็อยากจะสนับสนุนให้คนไทยแล้วก็คนในภูมิภาคเนี่ยเดินทางนี้มากขึ้นเพราะว่ามันสามารถไม่ต้องไปโรงพยาบาลก็คือเป็น Home นะ Home Dialysis ก็คือล้างไตแบบที่บ้านนั่นเองจริงๆมีนโยบายออกมาแล้วนะครับของระบบสุขภาพประเทศไทยที่ชื่อว่า PD First ภาษาอังกฤษคือ peritoneal dialysis ก็คือช่องท้องนั่นเองเรื่องรายละเอียดทั้งหมดเดี๋ยวเราไปลงลึกกันเพิ่มเติมนะครับกับบุคคลที่ผมจะคุยด้วยแต่ว่าในเชิงธุรกิจในเชิงความเป็นผู้นำผมเชื่อว่าทุกท่านจะได้รับประโยชน์เรื่องนี้มากๆเลยเดี๋ยวไปเจอกันครับกับคุณ Steven Flynn ครับเป็น President Asia Pacific ของ Vantive ผมเรียกเขาว่าคุณ Steve ครับHealthcare industry is considered one of the fast-growing industry in the world, and I think one of the most significant chronic disease is kidney disease. But in this area, I think our audience might be not familiar with, but they know this is very, very trending topics right now. And thank you so much.Steve, can I call you Steve?
Of course.
Thank you so much for joining us. And, I think I can learn a lot from you. But first of all, could you please briefly introduce yourself and walk us through your career journey a little bit?
Thank you, Ken, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity. My name is Steven Flynn, and I'm the Asia Pacific President for Vantive. My career, I started as a mechanical engineer, and I then went into the automotive sector and the logistics sector before going into healthcare. So I've been in the healthcare sector now for 20 years. What we do matters so much to patients, and it's a really inspiring mission.
So what do you enjoy most in this healthcare industry?
You spoke in the introduction about kidney care, and kidney care really is a silent killer. And so we as an independent company are very focused on those patients. We tell our employees to think about the patient as if it was their mother, father, brother, sister or child. We talk a lot about the patient journey, share the patient experience, and are dedicated to making the therapies better.
So can you explain more about the current state of kidney disease around the world and Thailand as well?
Yeah, so in Thailand, it's about 16 million people with chronic kidney disease. Our business, Vantive, looks after around 15,000 dialysis patients.
Wow.
And so these numbers are very significant, as you can appreciate, Ken, and really what it means is that we need a global strategy to address this healthcare issue. And as a company, we're very focused to being an active, supportive part of that. We have a 70-year legacy, and we want to deepen our commitment to enhancing the therapies for those patients.
I would like to know about you said global strategy to address this global issue. So what is the main challenge or opportunity in this area, and what is the global strategy to navigate this very complex disease?
Yeah. Our mission at Vantive is to extend lives and expand possibilities for the patient. And if I think about our vision, I think about the Vantive V. So very importantly, we put the patient in the middle of the V. And we really want to enhance and enable the patient. At the tip of the V is the therapy. We are a therapy company. Kidney care and multi-organ therapies is our core business. But to enable those, and really what I'm excited to talk to you about, is the two arms of the V. One being digital and one being enhanced services. And we believe that when you wrap those around the therapy, this is a very, very exciting future.
Interesting. I understand that you just, independent and recently spin off from Baxter, right? So tell me more about this story.
We are the founders of peritoneal dialysis, a home-based dialysis for kidney care. And we are now an independent company completely focused on this. So our two therapies are kidney care in the chronic space, and then in the acute space, in the ICU, we support acute kidney injury, sepsis, and also lung and liver therapies.
For 70 years of expertise, what makes you unique?
I think we were the founders of this therapy, and we're a therapy company. So we're very committed to that therapy, educating our partners, the innovation that we can put in and really start to transform and innovate in this space.
It means that you build your own research and development center. So put the emphasis on innovation and research, right? Am I right?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
ผมขอเล่าที่มาที่ไปของ Vantive สักนิดนึงนะครับ เขาเป็นหนึ่งในหน่วยธุรกิจของบริษัท Baxter ครับในการดูแลรักษาโรคไตทั้งผู้ป่วยไตวายเรื้อรังแล้วก็ไตวายเฉียบพลันซึ่งมีประวัติยาวนานกว่า 70 ปี ปัจจุบันบริษัท Baxter ได้ขายธุรกิจนี้ให้กับบริษัทกองทุนระดับโลกอย่างคาร์ไลน์ มูลค่ากว่า 3.8 พันล้านดอลลาร์แล้วก็เปลี่ยนชื่อหน่วยธุรกิจโรคไตเป็น Vantive นั่นเองลองไปฟังเหตุผลกันครับว่าทำไม Vantive ถึงต้องแยกตัวออกจาก Baxter และกลยุทธ์ของ Vantive จะเป็นอย่างไร
What was the reason behind the scene of spinning off your company from Baxter?
Well, I think Baxter became a very, very large medical device company. And for Vantive, it's really about executing that focused strategy around kidney care and vital organ therapies. And as a focused, dedicated company, we can better execute on the innovation and the strategy. I think very importantly, it was a strategic view of the Baxter leadership that as two separate companies, we could better serve patients and drive innovation. So that led to the decision of separating the kidney care division. We started that process nearly 2 years ago. So the big learning for me, Ken, is there's a lot of work and a lot goes into separating and integrating businesses. And I think anyone that's been involved in either an integration or a separation understands that work. And my takeaway from that is, in the end, we're now a private company and our new owners believe in the vision that we have and believe in the leadership team to execute on that vision. So it's incredibly exciting to be at the start of this journey with Vantive.
Wow, awesome. So what is the significant or major difference from the past and until now? What's the contribution that you want to make more than just in Baxter?
I think the biggest significant difference is that we're an independent company really focused on kidney care and vital organ therapies. Our mission is clear. We extend lives and expand possibilities. And we're focused on that every day. And so there's less distractions, there's less noise, there's a real committed team focused on that, on executing that strategy.
More focus.
Yes.
ต้องบอกว่าสถานการณ์โรคไตเรื้อรังเป็นปัญหาสุขภาพทั่วโลกประชากรประมาณ1 ใน 10ของคนทั่วโลกมีการทำงานของไตที่ผิดปกติครับและข้อมูลจากองค์การอนามัยโลกยังระบุอีกว่าประมาณ 10% ของประชากรผู้ใหญ่ทั่วโลกมีภาวะ CKD หรือโรคไตเรื้อรังซึ่งคิดเป็นประมาณ850 ล้านคน Vantive จึงเป็นธุรกิจที่มุ่งเน้นการดูแลรักษาโรคไตนอกจากนี้ครับเขายังเป็นผู้คิดค้นการล้างไตทางช่องท้องได้ที่บ้านหรือ Home Dialysis ซึ่งแตกต่างจากการรักษาแบบเดิมคือ Hemodialysis หรือการฟอกเลือดหรือบางคนก็อาจเรียกว่าการฟอกไตซึ่งวิธีการนี้ต้องไปทำที่คลินิกศูนย์ไตของโรงพยาบาลเท่านั้นการล้างไตได้เองที่บ้านจึงถือเป็นนวัตกรรมในการรักษาโรคไตยุคสมัยใหม่ที่จะทำให้ผู้ป่วยมีชีวิตอิสระไม่ต้องติดอยู่กับโรงพยาบาลไปฟังกันครับว่าเขาทำได้อย่างไร
Tell me more about your business overview.
Yeah, the business really is kidney care, chronic kidney disease, and this is providing dialysis for patients. And as I said, we're a pioneer for home-based peritoneal dialysis. And where we're going is modern peritoneal dialysis that can be performed at home with a medical device, often performed while the patient sleeps.
Okay.
So this really enables the patient to live their full life during the day. They're able to do their therapy at night and then contribute to society, do their hobbies, spend time with their grandchildren. And so that's in the chronic space. In the acute space, in the ICU, where the hospital has the sickest of sick patients. And again, this medical device delivers key therapies. Continuous renal replacement therapy, therapies to treat sepsis, and also we're expanding this to multi-organ therapy, so in liver and lung support therapies.
what has it evolved over the years, and right now, what is the major shift in healthcare industry, especially kidney disease?
Kidney disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ken, it's a great question. The future trends that we see and that our strategy fit nicely into is where is the care being performed, the point of care. And, I think COVID accelerated this a little bit, but we're seeing the point of care move from the traditional hospital setting to outpatient settings and indeed into patients' homes. We know, and I'm sure you can appreciate, patients do better at home. That's where they're comfortable. That's where they want to be. They don't want to be in a hospital. So this is a very strong trend that we're seeing. And this is why I come back to the digital and the services, because if you're going to support patients in their home with modern peritoneal dialysis, which is a medical device that sits on their bedside table, allows them at night to go to sleep, then you need really strong digital solutions and services to support that. And what do I mean by that? We have a platform and it's a two-way connectivity platform. So it takes all of the data from that therapy at night and sends it to the hospital. And so the nurses and the doctors looking after these patients can see, importantly, it's two-way. So if they want to change the prescription, they can also do this in their office at the hospital. They can change the prescription, again, securely and safely. That signal is sent to the cycler, the medical device that performs the therapy. And that really helps enable this therapy and enhances the patient journey.
Thank you. I think the follow-up question is, I understand that kidney care involves multiple levels or multiple stages of treatments. So tell me more about what are those levels?
Yeah, chronic kidney disease, as I think I previously said, is a silent killer. And unfortunately, many people get diagnosed quite late. But essentially, it is about the kidney function and how that is functioning. And if you think of the kidney in a basic term, it's like a filter. It filters out the toxins in our body. Yes. And so as that filter stops working, it's like a pool filter, if you like, that gets clogged and it doesn't work anymore. You get to a point where you're not taking out the toxins, you're not functioning and taking out the toxins. And so you have a number of choices at that point. Transplant is one option. But generally as a bridge to transplant and another key option is dialysis. And this is where these therapies essentially filter the toxins out of the body for you. Really there's two types of dialysis. There's an in-center, or you go to the clinic or the hospital and you do hemodialysis. And this is a medical device and it's basically taking the blood out of your body, running it through this filter, taking out the toxins. And this therapy is typically done 3 days a week for about 4 hours a session. Then there's peritoneal dialysis. And the beauty of peritoneal dialysis, and particularly modern peritoneal dialysis, is that it's performed at home and it can be performed while the patient sleeps.
Wow.
And that really can empower the patient. So on modern peritoneal dialysis, they do the therapy at home. They would typically perhaps go and see the clinic once a month or once every 6 weeks just for a checkup. But as I said, with modern peritoneal dialysis and our digital platform, their treatment data is being reviewed by the healthcare professionals on a daily basis. And we can set flags and flag any issues that the patient's having.
So what are the pros and cons of this treatment?
of peritoneal
Yes.
dialysis.
Yes. If you compare to hemodialysis.
All of the therapies have burdens
Yes.
On the patient. And how can we innovate to reduce or remove those burdens? There's very, very low risk, Ken, with peritoneal dialysis.
So is it a global approach?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, very much a global approach. And our mission as the founder of peritoneal dialysis is to really speak about this great therapy option for patients that really enable them and make more patients aware.
So tell me more about business aspect, business model or revenue stream. How do you help patients while also building a sustainable business?
Yeah, and really the crux of your question there, Ken, is about affordable healthcare. And again, I think this is where home-based therapies and an area where we're really focused does deliver on that. The pandemic taught us many things as well. The critical nature of the healthcare professionals and the pressure that they're under, and there's a limited resource there. And so by having a therapy that really reduces that burden on healthcare, there's also the infrastructure. This is done in the home, not in a hospital where we need a bed, we need to provide the power, the water, and the infrastructure. So we see this as really a sustainable way to deliver dialysis for many people. Where someone lives should not determine the quality of the healthcare that they receive. And with modern peritoneal dialysis performed in the home, we believe that it doesn't matter where you live, you can have a therapy, a life-saving therapy that's very high quality.
With affordable.
And that's affordable for the healthcare system and the payers. On our platform globally, we've performed more than 66 million therapies. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of data behind all of this. And so to use AI to give us predictive analytics and to feed those insights to the healthcare professionals and flag things early to those, I see as a major opportunity.
ในประเทศไทยจากข้อมูลโดยกระทรวงสาธารณสุขปี 2567 พบว่ามีผู้ป่วยไตวายเรื้อรังถึง 1.12 ล้านคนนี่จึงเป็นเหตุผลที่ Vantive ลงทุนสร้างโรงงานในประเทศไทยเพื่อที่จะมั่นใจได้ว่ามีผลิตภัณฑ์เพื่อการรักษาและบริการตอบสนองเพียงพอต่อผู้ป่วยในไทยแม้ในยามวิกฤตนอกจากนั้นเขายังลงทุนในนวัตกรรมการรักษาสำหรับผู้ป่วยวิกฤตหรือว่า ICUและผู้ป่วยที่มีภาวะสูญเสียการทำงานของอวัยวะที่สำคัญเพื่อการดูแลรักษาไตและอวัยวะที่สำคัญอื่นๆความน่าสนใจก็คือ Vantive ทำงานอย่างหนักกับหลายภาคส่วนครับเพื่อที่จะสนับสนุนให้เกิดนโยบาย PD First ซึ่งก็คือการกำหนดให้การล้างไตทางช่องท้องที่บ้านเป็นทางเลือกหลักของคนใช้สิทธิ์บัตรทองหรือ30 บาทเพราะเข้าถึงง่ายประหยัดงบและคุณภาพชีวิตดีกว่าลองไปฟังกันครับ
What's your strategic plan to communicate this treatment or to engage with very important stakeholders in Thailand, Thai government or healthcare system? Do you have any plan?
Yes, this is our advocacy work and really making people aware of the choices that they have. So we strongly advocate for shared decision making. We want every patient that is diagnosed with chronic kidney disease to understand the treatment options available to them and choose the best treatment option for them. So a good example is right here in Thailand. I mean, we're in Bangkok, Thailand, and we've been working very closely with the government, who is announcing a PD First policy.
PD First policy.
And our obligation as a major supplier in Thailand, we're currently supporting about 15,000 patients on dialysis here in Thailand. Our obligation is to make sure that that PD First policy is a huge success.
I heard that you have manufacturing operations in Thailand. EEC, right?
In Amata.
Yeah. And so why did you choose to invest in Thailand?
We have strategically placed, and Thailand many years ago we partnered with them on the first PD First policy. Part of that was a commitment to put in a local manufacturing facility in Amata. That facility was put in about 10 years ago, and we've invested around $74 million into that operation. It supports 3,600 direct and indirect employees. So it's a significant contribution into this region. It not only supports Thailand, it also exports to 5 markets in Asia Pacific. And we see ourselves as a multi-domestic company. In that regards, having infrastructure around the world so that we can serve these markets effectively with their policies and make sure that we service patients.
How do you view Thailand as a, are we still relevant in the world?
I think in this space, Ken, quite frankly, you've been a leader. The PD First policy is something that other markets, other governments have been looking at. And with this new PD First policy, they're very interested in Thailand to see if that is a success. It's one of the reasons that I'm here in Bangkok with the local team, is to make sure that we have everything ready to support this policy. So I think you're very relevant in this space.
What is the secret sauce of this success?
I think the secret sauce, Ken, is focus. A clear strategy that funnels your focus and direction. The R&D pipeline at Vantive is very exciting, but it needs committed investment and a commitment and focus so that we understand the challenges that we're trying to address and then bring the best minds. We have a lot of engineers, a lot of scientists working for us in our R&D and focus their minds on those challenges.
But I realize that we are living in very unpredictable world, fast-pacing world as well, black swan, right? So my question is, as a leader, how do you navigate this complex world from your global perspective? I mean, what is the criteria that you have to consider before investing? Like population, the future readiness, or I don't know.
I think, Ken, it's, we have a team, a global team, our manufacturing strategy team that's within our global supply chain, and they're really looking at balancing the supply with the demand across the globe. The products that we make, the solution bags, this is water. And you don't want to be having one location, one for contingency, but also the shipping costs.
So do you have any final words to maybe patients or their nephews who are sometimes confused or not sure about this modern PD First?
Well, I think for the patients, the first thing I would say is prevention is better than any cure.
Of course.
So, when it comes to kidney health, it's really like health in general. Eat well, exercise, drink plenty of water, and look after yourself. But if you get to the point where you are in chronic kidney disease, I think awareness and really understand your options. Speak to your healthcare professional, the nephrologist, about those options and choose the option that gives you the best lifestyle that meets your needs.
You revisit new culture, right?
Yes, so the culture that we're embedding, and it's already there, even though, as I said, the preparation for the separation is almost 2 years long. So the culture builds over time. But our culture is really on 4 pillars. So the first one is care, care for each other, but care ultimately for that patient that we serve. The work that we do really makes a difference. And so care is a key piece. Own it. We want all of our team members to really own it. Innovate. I spoke before that innovation really is the fuel that drives us. And then we want trust. We really need to build trust amongst our teams and our partners. We don't do this alone. There's many partners that we work with, and so trust is a big piece. Everyone comes with their own cultural belief, but we really want them to connect to those cultural elements of care, own it, trust, and innovate.
What is the most important skills
as a leader and as a people leader that you're learning every day, and you really should embrace that and learn every day. And I want to encourage my teams to always be of a growth mindset. I think that the second piece is really around the leadership that you have. And as you grow in your leadership, your viewpoint and the view that you have of the organisation is very broad, and it's a unique view. And so I spend a lot of time making sure that I share that. It's a big obligation that I have of sharing that with my team. If you're sitting in Thailand, there's a little bit of a bubble around what you see.
Yes.
And so as the Asia Pacific president, I can come in and help those local teams have a broader perspective of what's possible and really stretch their thinking beyond what they're seeing. And then I think that the final piece is really advocating for the region back to global, making sure that the Asia Pacific region has a strong voice, and that in our R&D, in our strategy, we're making sure that we are a global company, multi-domestic company, and that we're thinking about how to best serve that global community. We want to support the communities in which we work, and the Thai team's a great example of that. We have a recycling program. So our solution bags, we work with a number of partners, local partners, to recycle those solution bags into floor tiling that actually goes into the hospital, and also sandals. The local team also do a fun run every year for local charities, for the local community. So it's an important element of that care, which is a part of our mission, caring for the local communities in which we work.
Very nice, very nice. Well, thank you. This has been a wonderful and insightful conversation, and it's very inspiring. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you.
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you.